To Tom Hart and Dane Bradshaw in Auburn.
And we welcome those of you who watch Houston win at home against Iowa State. Tom Hart alongside Dane Bradshaw in the jungle. #1 Auburn off to a rollicking start here on its home court against a Georgia team which is looking for its first ever win against the #1 team in the country. Hod Pettiford tracks down the loose ball and fires, and Chad Baker-Mazara stepped on the end line. Georgia's top 10 opponents. They have been through an absolute gauntlet. It continues with #2 Florida up next. But for a team on the bubble, a huge opportunity for the Dogs. Fadeaway bank shot with the left from R.J. Godfrey for his first bucket. By Godfrey, handoff to Denver Jones. Now 4 to shoot. Jones into the paint, and it's knocked away. Georgia with a chance to push. Silas Demery Jr. with the lob and a two-hand flush finish.
A huge upset.
But Auburn great in close games. 6-0 in games decided by 5 or less. Second tip is good from Justin Epson, who's already doubled his season average here this afternoon. Also,
and I do think Coach Pearl has gotten some separation in that category, considering what they've been able to do in a historic SEC night in, night out.
Aim Hudson follows his own miss. He had made a bucket since February 1st. Georgia five-star freshman gives it to Blue Kane, who gets downhill and then rejected by Broome. And a step on the end line by Kane.
Well, you see the ball pressure by Auburn. They are really trying to heat up the four-man.
They corrected that call. Sorry, it'll be Georgia basketball. They said Broome stepped on the line after.
They're supposed to win, but they just got to clip a couple games that maybe they're not, including opportunity right in front of us.
Newell couldn't finish, and the loose ball ends up in the Dogs' hands. Godfrey steps over Hudson, who gets 4 after playing for Brad Brownell at Clemson for 2 years. BYU and Arizona as BYU tries to keep the good vibes going. Don Daly trying to play peacemaker. Some teams that know each other well. Auburn does a fantastic job recruiting the Atlanta area. They have since Bruce Pearl and his staff got to town. And a foul will send Chaney Johnson to the free throw line.
Hard skills in them before they move to the post. And Janai, you got a high IQ team.
The other one for Chaney Johnson, and he missed a mean screen.
And that would have been 3 on Chaney Johnson. They called it the other way.
Well, the offense is stuck in the mud right now. Denver Jones from deep will clear him out. That's his first triple, and Auburn's up by 8.
And now you've got 3 shooters in the game against some of that zone.
And Georgia gets out of the rut with the nice lob and finish, and Surreal fouled on his way in. Third-star recruit was at overtime elite in Atlanta last year, and he ripped in the corner. Broome wanted the lob. Instead, Denver Jones has set it up. Demery guarding Broome. Kick to the corner. Baker-Mazara for 3. And Broome another offensive rebound and foul on the putback. All sorts of shots on the perimeter. That certainly helps. He's at #2.
He said as many times as I can. And I think that leads to greater
Film study today for Auburn showed clip after clip of Georgia getting downhill and getting to the rim. They've shut off the water for the most part. Kane fade away after the foul by Kelly, and he'll go to the free throw line. One more coming for Blue Kane. He 2 with both Luka and LeBron on the floor at the same time this year.
It's fitting in.
Pettiford left it short on the shot from Kane. I said he was a good partner. That was LeBron who missed that first game. And now Broome for 3. Got it. Tonight Broome has not been shooting well from deep, just off the mark.
And Tom, I tell you, I mean, after that 9-0 start by Auburn, Georgia's been able to hold their own. Just got to try to cut into that lead some if they can get anything going on this end of the court.
Tonight Broome struggled at the rim in this game. Georgia's interior defense has kept them in the contest.
You're exactly right. They've got terrific rim protection. They were terrible in that regard last year, and they fixed it in the offseason.
Floater good for Silas Demery.
7 offensive rebounds for Auburn. Got to be one and done on this possession if you're Georgia.
Demery able to clean up the glass. Tigers 1 for their last 9. and a bump out front. Charge to Tahad Pettiford, the freshman point guard. Sent from the free throw line. Mike White has done a tremendous job on the recruiting. Back out to Cardwell. It's a scoring drought now exceeding 2 minutes for Auburn, the #1 ranked team in the country. 5 to shoot. Pettiford tried to dump it off. Broom in traffic gets fouled. Pick a dog on that foul. Line 2 for 2 already today. Dogs next, LSU. Big doubleheader for the best team in college. Certainly hoping that record extends and includes them. Asa Newell's been quiet today. He had 23 last time out. Goes to his right and shoves it in.
And rises over the top, gets a good clean look at the rim.
Gets him 15 a game, but so far only 1 made bucket for Newell this afternoon. He's got 3 points.
Auburn has missed the screener step, and they usually get near the logo.
Broom with the drop step, easy deuce.
Yeah, that's too easy, you know.
Another opportunity. Baker Mazzara logo 3. Tom Amansky would not put this offense on his teaching videotape. It has been poor on both sides. So the way they played in the first 19 minutes. Demery's got
1.5. You will call that a win. However, it takes special to win against #1 on the resume or a bubble team with a ton of quad 1 opportunities. 1 win might get you in. That's where Georgia is right now with this SEC schedule.
2.5 second difference, game clock and shot clock. Broom has scored the last 8, so they turn to Baker Mazzara. Why not? His first bucket of the game. Clock at 3. Demery got it! A huge bucket for Silas Demery Jr. And Georgia only trails by 5 despite shooting 30% with 7 turnovers.
Big time bucket by Demery after a nice shot by Baker Mazzara, but sort of a transition. Even though it was after a make, he really got his feet underneath him. Finally gets his first 3-pointer to go of the first half for Demery. Big.
Mike White had a list of 7 different things that they were going to change at halftime, and they've been practicing them all week. Demery challenged on the 2, left it short. Here's Blue Kane, and he's fouled. Everybody, it's halftime. Now let's go back out for the second half. Part of that was tongue-in-cheek.
Their own, the coaches meet on their own, their separate ways, then they come together. He said, after our second half starts.
Meanwhile, poor shooting percentages for both teams, the 4th worst combined in an SEC game this season. Broom the lob, Cardwell to finish. First bucket of the night for Dylan Cardwell.
Well, and they all.
Georgia's a bubble team right now. Lenardi has them below the cut line. This would be the Dogs' best win of the season if they could somehow find some offense. And Cardwell,
all season long as a freshman, just a double-double machine.
Dunks. Not bad for a freshman. 6'11", 5-star, and 2 for 2 from the line. Auburn has never trailed in this game. Dogs stay with the zone look. Baker Mazzara, the blind feed, and Broom better lucky than good.
Yeah, I mean, he was
going to look. Newell working on Broom. Off balance from underneath the rim.
Really good man-to-man defense by Broom there, staying in front of his.
Hesitation move. Jones blows all the way to the rim. Cardwell nearly committed his 3rd, and then Baker Mazzara commits 1. Abson has 6 points.
But he's played really well for Georgia so far in this one.
Demery had to fight over the screen. Broom left open. Meanwhile, Baker Mazzara dances. And a challenge 3, fouled on the shot by Dylan James.
Be yourself, and Baker Mazzara can get himself in trouble. He's got the technique, be smarter, do this, and allows me to adjust throughout the game without losing my confidence. Got it on the whiteboard. Here's who's starting. Here's how many minutes you're getting as a reserve. Guys that aren't doubled and snuck away from the corner, and Bulldogs could not make him pay.
Poor pass from Broom, went into Kane's arms. 3-on-1 for Georgia. Now Demery Jr. And he gets that one to go. He closed the half with the fouls in the first half. He was limited to 11 minutes. And Auburn saw more zone than it had in the first half all season. Jones reverses to Kelly. Kelly gets to the rim. Too easy for Miles Kelly, the former Georgia.
Come to you the way this Auburn offense has done all year long.
Broom on his way in gets fouled again. Baker Mazzara, by the way, a couple of different.
15 minutes left in the second half. You've held Auburn to 37% from the field, 29%. Since that slow start by Georgia, they have been right there and more with Auburn.
30% from the floor in this game, 10 for 33.
How can they get Demery or Kane downhill?
That's how they do it. Kane with the layup.
Surreal did a great job just sealing off the post down low, opening that driving lane.
Baker Mazzara back on the floor, wants a touch. Jones, late in the shot clock, fires up an air ball, and Broom barreled into the opposition. It ends up with a Baker Mazzara three. Latest physical, Surreal going downhill. Fouled, and he's going to the line.
This guy's upside is through the roof.
Here we go. Here we go. Baker Mazzara in the middle of it with Silas Demery Jr. Standpoint. This incredible student falls off. Asa Newell with the rebound. Push ahead for the Dogs. Kane keeps it alive and saves it to Cardwell. And a lob pass nearly hit the scoreboard. Boom! The left hand hammer! Shot clock at 5. Kelly for 3. Baker Mazzara finds it.
He's been asking for a sub, yet the ball comes to him, and now he's got the energy to go at the defender.
He needs more Skittles. Has extended the lead to 9. Demery dumps it off. Newell fouled on his way up. He gets off the floor quick. Freshman debut. Best in Georgia history. 2 foot. They had plenty of time to get ready for this game. They had the opportunity to rest and present some wrinkles. The zone is the wrinkle. Here's Broom. Plenty of time. Splashes it home. 19 for Broom and a couple. Contested 3 is good from Asa Newell right over the top of Janai Broom. He's into double figures. Auburn has outscored Georgia just 7-6. Neither team was able to take advantage. Broom rejected, but picked up the foul, and they're going to count it. You say it was goaltending? Todd Austin came through from the basket. It was originally called goaltending.
If they don't call goaltend, it's not reviewable. So by calling it, it allows you to correct it either way.
Off Mississippi State by 6. Georgia running out of runway. A turnover, 3-on-1. Pettiford kept it. He had Broom. And the freshman picks up the foul and will go to the free throw line.
It continues to big ones here when Denver Jones picked up that 4th.
So Tahad Pettiford at the free throw line. We're talking with McDonald's All-America on this roster. He's the 7th in school. 43.
And really only 2 scorers on the court right now for Auburn, and Georgia knows it.
Demery threw the interception. Kane takes it away. And Blue Kane now into double figures.
A couple here in the second half.
8 points and 4 boards for the sophomore from Knoxville. Taken away by Silas Demery Jr. Into Pettiford to earn the whistle. 3rd personal on Tahad Pettiford.
Well, and there's a lot of...
Silas Demery Jr. was a great defensive back on the Georgia team. Knocks them both down.
Been able to quite reach out to get that lob dunk. But Bruce Pearl, I think, with a good substitution, get another playmaker in, Baker Mazzara, to go with the shooter, Miles Kelly.
Beautiful pass, threading the needle. Pettiford found Cardwell.
And just by having Baker Mazzara on the court, the spacing is so much better for Auburn to sneak into the paint there and slip for Cardwell.
Auburn shooting 60% from the floor in the second half, nearly doubling the first half rate. Asa Newell with the 3.
left that you're just trying to avoid these landmines like they faced at NC State today. And Georgia, you're exhausted because you're playing a top 10 team every other night, but at least you're getting the opportunity.
Oh, Johni Broome picking up the trash. And
in 11, and he's shooting over 50%. I mean, this guy just keeps coming at.
He limits even his stars playing time. Here's Kane. Keep him fresh not only within the game, but a long discussion with Bruce today at shoot-around revolving the value of the SEC champ.
Allows his team through this gauntlet of the SEC or the conference tournament first 2 games. It's been a long week for these Auburn Tigers, but they're staying as fresh as possible, and that's been a Bruce to help with Broome's absence. He is 0 for 6 right now, just 2 points, trying to find his stroke.
He and Denver Jones have just about split the minutes at the point guard position today. Lob to Broome. Broome cashes in again. 25. Here's Demery. Georgia shooting just 38% in the game. And they are now 5 of 16 from 3, but Newell picks up another bucket to get him to 15.
And that's where you see him being such a pogo stick. He can get off the court 2 times as fast as you can jump off the court. He's just an exceptional athlete.
And kids, if you don't know what a pogo stick is, just look it up on TikTok. Here's Broome. Passed on the 3. Went with the drive and the flush.
And Hudson cleared.
Shot clock at 6. Whoa! Dylan James makes his first bucket, an emphatic one.
They won't.
Fade away, 1 foot, no. Broome there. And he is a human eraser. He cleans up a lot of mistakes. And Jones with the left-hand push shot.
You just think about the opportunity where Georgia has played so well defensively.
Asa Newell knocks down another. This is a 6'11 freshman who has made 3
triples you talked about.
Georgia's sitting in the zone. Broome has dissected it with his passing. Spin move, 2-hand jam. Went right by the freshman. Kane can't find any space. 6 to shoot. Surreal kicks it out. Kane with 3. Hand in his face, rattles it home. Huge 3 for Blue Kane, his second of the contest, and Auburn clinging to a 4-point lead.
Probably the most difficult look he's had all night, but clutch at the end of the shot clock.
Auburn only scored 67 points in its midweek win against Arkansas. This has been an offense not as efficient as we've seen, and Georgia has made 4 of its last 5 threes. Shot clock at 7. Silas Demery with the drive. Tough 2. Offensive rebound to get Newell for the push-off, I believe. Nope, it's going to stay this way.
Continues to be a leading candidate for National Player of the Year, night in, night out of Coach of the Year. This guy was at Morehead State a couple years back, and they've turned him to an
all-championship game against Murray State a few years ago. Asa Newell in and out. Blue Kane kept it alive. Surreal finds it. Demery got downhill, and Kelly grabbed his arm on the drive. And he said, count it. Silas Demery Jr. This is a Georgia team that has not lost a single game outside.
And you've got to play the best 2 minutes of your life, and that could help right there.
Jump ball, and Surreal finds it. Kane passed on the 3, has it blocked out of bounds. And with 2:10 remaining, Bulldogs have made 5 of their last 7 attempts. Mike White directing traffic from the Georgia bench. Says, give Silas Demery room to operate. Pull up. No good. Missed opportunity for Georgia. Baker Mazzara the spin. And a kick. Baker, Mazar, and Broom not on the same page. Janie Johnson re-enters for Auburn. Jones, nice throw, surreal, commits goaltending. And it's a 7-point Auburn lead with 140 to play. Kelly was all over Kane, and now he'll try to stay in front of Demery. Demery into Cardwell, and a foul on the drive. If it's on Cardwell, it's his fourth. It is. Got him in the head on the drive. And Silas Demery still down next to the stanchion.
Well, this is what Georgia's been needing more of getting those guards downhill. Good job by Demery. They have been outscored 38-22 in the paint, so there's just been rare opportunities to get right near the rim.
They're going to look at this and see if this rises to and miss Minnie. 1 of 2 for Demery. Puts full court pressure. And we got a whistle before the ball was inbounded. A hold charges Silas Demery. Junior.
As much as the other guys, but typically the players they're closing the game out with have all the confidence in the world to knock those clutch free throws down.
Denver Jones coming up big down the home stretch. Kane off balance three. Newell follow jam. Nobody got a body on the big fella. He's got 20. Full court pressure again for Georgia.
I mean, everybody else is playing on the hardwood. He's playing on in a jump park. This guy's unbelievable with his bounce.
Now Broome. We approach 1 minute, and we got a stoppage by Don. Mike White can't believe he just got whistled. LeFew got whistled for the foul, and he was very, very close to getting teed.
Becomes a little more obvious.
Broome's competition for the National College Player of the Year. Cooper Flagg will be at Madison Square Garden tonight in a non-conference tilt against a banged-up Illinois team. LeFew with an air ball. And a Georgia turn.
They do a little offense-defense substitution. Baker Mazar getting the crowd into it, but you need to focus on getting this ball and not turning it over. This is where Georgia came back last time to make it close in Athens.
Yeah, they had 2 looks at under. Mazar will trigger. Dumps it off to Jones, fouled by Kane.
For 7. And guess what? That was only in this half. Most people would kill the half. Well, he continues to help with the rim protection, but he has got a squad around him defensively, led by Stephen Pearl, the defensive coordinator, Coach Pearl's son, that has made Auburn not just an offensive team, but a well-rounded complementary basketball.
Broome with the rebound. And he has it knocked out of bounds. It'll be Georgia basketball.
10 team. Nobody's arguing that they are. But when they're playing top 10 every other night, they've been coming up short. But you can't tell me that this team right here isn't good enough to be in the NCAA tournament. They've been
Miles Kelly to the free throw line. Last 14 games, the 7th top 10 opponent that they've faced. Those are all of the games since January 1st. 14 of them, and half have come against top 10 opponents. And oh, by the way, they get Florida next. So you can look at that 2 ways. Another tough test and another opportunity.
Most historic conference season we've had.
Broome touch ahead. Kelly will wisely pull it out. Auburn will go to 25-2 on the season in firm command with, after today, 4 games remaining in conference play at 13-1 in the best conference college basketball has ever seen by the numbers. Asa Newell with the foul. And Georgia will try to find a win.
For arguably the best eras and how he's ignited this fan base and this program. It's been sensational.
Well, I think you have to go back to really appreciate it. Go back over a decade to what this program was and what it's been built to. This incredible home court advantage. It'll be the 56th win in the last 61 games here at the Jungle. Number 1 wins by 12. Johni Broome carrying the Tigers to another victory. Let's stay in the Yellowhammer State.